Okay, so this I don't actually have it anymore. I like to give back to the teacher, but
No worries.
but luckily we still have the WhatsApp send one.
Yeah. Might as well put it in. I need to pick up a student and give me 1 minute there. Yeah. Okay. Nicholas, can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm. I
All
heard
right,
I
good.
could
I'm
hear
back.
you in that time.
Okay. Oh, wonderful. But somehow it gets disconnected, but now I am back. And you have put some. Oh,
Okay, that's the only one that actually like want to know how to do. All the other ones, right? Down to I need to explain how that weird rule works. Like how does half times like if I make a let me make an example triangle. Okay.
so you mean the rest of you're okay with your sine rule for sine rule?
Or this no, we just started this one before like doing the others.
Right.
We can do the sine rule and cosine rule after this. But that's one I understand. Look, you see the Jamboard, right?
Yeah.
How does this I'll make like sine 36.
Yeah.
How does this become half times based on I?
Oh, you want to know why it works. Am I
Yes.
correct? You want to know why. Okay. That's not that difficult. Ah, linear. No, that's the easy. Easy.
It's so bright.
Just a
Wait,
minute.
teacher,
Just
let
a
me turn on the
minute.
lamp. Turn on the lamp.
Sure. So let me confirm that your binomial ends. Does your teacher give you an holiday? And the topic of the holiday homework is
Mm.
6.16.
okay.
Yeah.
Then that's it.
No, I think it's
Uh-huh.
but not. I get
All right. Sure. But okay, for now, I think it's okay. Okay. This is known to be the easier topic, but this topic gives you a lot of control. There is nothing. Uh, it's just a continuation of the email one. So my only concern is that it gives you big marks, and the fact that it might take a long time if you do not know how to do it well. Right? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you. Coming soon, yeah. Your answer coming soon, Nicholas. Just getting an update. Oh yeah. So by doing can, whatever you cannot, of course, I will show you. But I'm pretty sure currently you can do it. Okay. Is that what
Are
you
you
want?
talking to me?
Just go ahead for try this one. So Nicholas, right, already. Right. The explanation turns out to be very simple, right? Okay, so let me show you. Uh, the one that you know is half AB sine C. The one you know, correct?
Yeah.
Just a minute. By drawing. So now half times base times height, and they have to be perpendicular with each other. That's the rule. So I'll call this the base, and I'll call this the height, right? Now clearly, there's your half, right? And there is your base. So the half and 20 is not a surprise. This guy, however, will combine to become h, and that is what I'm trying to show you. Okay. 15 sine 36 degree is equal to h. That I will show you. Very simple, right? Very simple. I mean, look at this triangle. This triangle is 15, and this is, of course, 36 degree. And of course, this is the opposite, and this is the hypotenuse, right? Obviously, correct?
Yeah.
The height is the opposite. So remember, opposite over hypotenuse is sine 36 degree, and the hypotenuse is currently 15, correct? I'm sorry. The hypotenuse, yeah, the h is going to be very confusing. I hate it. Never mind. Oh, the h is going to be very. Okay, so I'm going to call this. I'm so sorry. I'm going to call this the length, right? The height is going to be very. Okay, now back. So this is your hypotenuse, and this hypotenuse will be 15 lah. This, I promise you, will be the length. Right? Now, can you see that already? The opposite is 15 sine 36 lah. Correct? Can you see that?
Wait.
Can you see that?
Oh. Plus you make this part
And
times because the height is
yeah, times
15,
15
so
times
you
15
make
lah.
the so it's like door. You times
Yeah,
sine
it's not
36
it's
is
the yeah, not the height, the hypotenuse. Like, very confusing. So, but the point is, this guy is therefore 15
and
sine 36,
basically
and therefore
like
the formula works.
it's like normal door. So this length will be
Yeah.
opposite. So
Something like that. Yeah, something like that. Like really nothing fancy beside this one. Really. Like, it works every time because so that is the reason why the formula works. The formula works in this way, so it's guaranteed to work. That is your question, I believe. Right. That is the question, I believe. So now, time to answer question 7, something like that, is it?
yeah.
Okay, then show me your working, and I'll show you why there are two possibilities. It's so easy, but I need to see your working first. Right?
I have to redo the work though.
But it's very short. Like if you do it long, then something wrong, and I will know. Okay, I expect your working to be very short. So
Let me take my paper.
okay, sure. You know what's a kite, right? Okay. Now observe the fact that this guy and this guy are actually not fully angled. They are half points.
The
A coordinate has two numbers, and this guy knows, you know, half of it. So you know the x in this case, yeah, in this one you know the y. Right? So half points
like
and
it
half
actually
points,
is.
first thing first. Also notice a few principles. If you want to find this line, you are able to because you have 2 points. You are not able to find this line using this point and this point because you don't know. However, there are 2 ways to find a line. Either you know the points or you know the gradient and you know enough 1 point. Now I'm telling you, this line, you know the gradient or you can find. And you also know 1 point. And that 1 point is not C and it is not A at all. What is the point that you know? The midpoint, which you can find. So you can find the midpoint and you can find the gradient, and voila, you have the equation of AC. 3 steps. Not the easiest step, but it's standard after a while. This is not a short, there's no shortcut to doing this, to finding this and finding that is the way it is. Can you? All right. So now I'll teach you the logic method first, no formula. I hate formulas in this case because everybody, I believe, should do it visually. So now I draw an upright triangle, my favorite method. Okay, you call this the vector method, etc. And now I'll just draw upright triangle. The upright triangle rise is obviously 1. The upright triangle run is obviously 2. So you see this smaller triangle of the midpoint, so very easy, right? This should be 1 and this should be half. And therefore, you know this point just by noticing that this is 1 and this is half. Am I making any sense? I'll draw a triangle a bit. This one is your B. This one is your D. Let's call the midpoint M. If this is 2 and 1, therefore this is 1 and half. And therefore you can find it. No, yes, no.
So 1 plus 1.
1 plus 1, which is 2. Makes sense, right? 1 is in the middle of 1, 2 is in the middle of 1 and 3, and then comma 2.5, which is in the middle of 2, 3. All makes sense, right? The triangle just formalizes what it is. And you have the midpoint and then the gradient, and then you can find it. After that, so
I have this.
yes,
Then I have this. I have this.
you can find the gradient, which gives you the gradient. You haven't learned the 90-degree gradient. Okay, so the gradient of this guy you can find. That's called as M1. Now M1 and M2 so happens is 90-degree with each other. If M1 is, I'll tell you, for example, I don't think it's M2 is so easy. M2, the 90-degree guy, is so easy. Okay. Over with a minus. So you flip the fraction and you flip the sign. I'm not going to tell you why this works, but this totally works. So if this is minus half, you will have a plus 2 over. Now apply these 2 things, super standard, and then you can find this, and then you can find this. Then let's talk about this. So a bit, okay, Nicholas, it's now, yeah, okay. I thought it's a freezing. So what are you going to do? Right? You draw your own triangle. I like it a lot, but you are going to do that, which is fine.
Okay, wait, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, actually, I think actually.
I kind of wish that you would write the formula, but you can. I kind of wish that you just write the formula because obviously you know the formula. But you're doing the right thing. Now the question is, what does this become? This is equals to what?
Sine
PQR in this case. And you just say sine PQR lah, which is what they expect you to do. So write down sine PQR, please. You need to write down sine angle PQR.
Like this.
Sine angle PQR
Over
equals
here.
to this guy lah. Yeah, you can also. All right. And therefore, you will press your calculator, right? Okay.
Yes, I will. And coincidentally, right, I can just do the make it more accurate. I do like sine -1, then like bracket this whole thing.
Can also, because that is what you're supposed to do. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Oh,
Okay, so
I know
this is
space
the
in the front.
visual or the
Once.
vector method, right? Okay. Now, when you press the calculator, you will get one answer. Just tell me what. The teacher will give you another method. I strongly prefer this method because the topic itself is very visual. That's it. So you get an answer. Please don't rewrite everything, just press the calculator. Waste of time to rewrite.
Half divided by 23.8 divided by 17.6 bracket sine minus. 27.1 degree. So 3 is that's one. I know how to do one of them. It's
Okay.
the second one. I cannot.
All right, now let me show you visually. Now, obviously, 27.1 makes sense, right? Obviously. Now, what needs to make sense for you, right? Because you want an answer, right? I'll put this at 27.1, right? Here is your PQR, and you're doing very well so far. The PQ is 17.6, and this is 23. Yeah. Now, I'm going to draw 23.8 also, right? R and Q.
Yes.
Before I draw the P, are you sure you do not know the second answer? Are you sure?
It's an obtuse
I'm
angle.
going to draw
I
a
don't know what
different
it
P
is.
here. Oh, okay. I'm going to draw another P here. Here. There you go. P, which is 17.6. Now, how the heck did I do that? This is going to be clearly acute, and this is going to be clearly obtuse.
I know this is
And
probably the second one, but I don't know how I do it.
very simple. You learned this a little bit last time. So this guy is going to be 180 minus 20.
I do not know your plan was.
Oh, I guess it
That
correctly.
thing.
This like this.
That thing.
No,
So you have to give me the summary of that. What you are going
teacher.
to do? What is the problem statement?
It's
Yeah.
actually
So that
very
I
lucky.
can-
I'm afraid I
Since
cannot
I
hear
didn't
you. I'm
I
sorry.
didn't know how I was supposed to do it.
If
Like,
it's
and I
sorry,
gave up
if for
until
the
like
what I offer, I'm not the one who is, I'm not the one who give them the solution.
and
Apologies,
since
Nicholas. I
right
cannot hear you. Apologies. Okay,
okay,
yeah. Okay, now I can hear you.
and since
Sorry.
I could not do it and I could not think of what could be answer for like
Did you discuss
like
with
the,
the,
for like a long
job
time.
what
I
they-
gave up
what
and I
they
waited
discuss
till
on
like
the- oh,
of
Mm.
1 minute before I had to hand
I
up,
know the bucket
and I
that
just
they-
guessed to do
I know
180
the buckets
minus
that-
27.1, and I actually guessed
Oh.
correctly. So that's actually good.
What did they
Oh,
do?
it is correct. But are you happy? I mean, I'm happy for
I
your
want to know how it
guess,
works.
but do you
Yes,
understand?
I know. Yes, yes.
Oh, what it works is so simple, right? We talked about it last time. I agree that 30
So what
degree
they
is
do-
not equal to 150
So what
degree,
they do,
but
the good
sine
explanation,
30 is
they
equal to
discuss
sine 150.
They discuss the
We talked
recipe
about it last time.
C1,
Like this is the new
process
thing,
as
but
and support. What they
Remember?
have to
Yeah,
do
but like,
to handle that part.
Isn't
What
isn't the
is
180 minus
They
27.1
have
between
to
this
handle
between
that
this?
bucket. They have their own
Yeah, I mean
discussion.
sine.
They didn't
I mean
copy
sine 27.1 is equal to sine. In this case, 152.9, right?
No, because
This case,
yeah, 180 minus 27.1.
Yes,
It
but
look
it's okay,
it feels
it's
like
okay.
this.
Yes.
This one.
Because to arrange the meeting, the ownership of
No,
this
I
discussion
totally
is not us,
understand
it's
that
finance, right? I
152.9
can
degree
highlight the
is
goal.
not equal to
Don't worry,
27.1.
but
This one I
give
totally
me the-
agree.
give me
Even the
summary
triangle
of
looks
what we are
different.
going to do, because
But
we want to
the
discuss
formula
that tomorrow
contains
meeting, right?
sine.
Yeah.
It's the sine. The formula
Thank you.
contains sine,
All
not
right.
an angle only. Right? Do you understand? Let me write this down clearly. Half times 17.6 times 23.8 times sine 27.1. That's your first answer lah. Is equal to.
This is not. But it's not sine. This is degree.
What are you talking about? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Two possible sides of the angle. So first thing first. in the formula, if I write it down this way, I am correct, right? I am correct. Just confirm that this is equal to that. They are equal. Okay? They're equal, right?
Yeah.
Am I correct first that they're equal because of the sign?
Yes.
So I acknowledge that 27.1 is not equal to 152.9. The question also acknowledged that it's called two possible sizes, two different angles.
Yeah, but then
Yeah,
how
they're different.
then how does 180 minus work?
We talked about it last time also. You. That means you're just asking how that works. Okay, so
Because you see, this not last time I understood because it's side, but it's not side. This is just actual degree angle. And if 150 does not equal to 30, how come 100? How come 152.9 over there is like that?
look, 152.9 is not equal to 27.1. I never say that. You get that first. They are not the same. I get it. It's the sign of them which is the same. Okay, we're saying the same thing here. You must at least acknowledge that we're saying the same thing.
I don't understand.
You do not understand that I am saying the same thing with you.
What
The
same
angle
thing?
is not the same. The angle
Yeah.
is not the same, but the sign of those different angles are the same.
Yeah.
As proven by calculator, or I can do it one more time to show you why it works now. Now, I'm not even sure right now that's what you want. Is that what you want? You want an explanation of why the sign works, or you want an explanation of something else? So, again, what do you want? Do you want the explanation of why the sign works? Or do you want something else?
I don't know how 180 minus 27.1 works.
Because the sign works. If you acknowledge that the sign works, you acknowledge that the sign works? Do you acknowledge first that this is equal to that, therefore the sign works?
Half
You're
times
trying to find
17.
A and C. That's not the fastest method.
6.
When you have, oh wait, you already found the C. You're trying to find A. Right, you're trying to find. When you already have half a point, usually things are very easy. And especially when you have the equation thing. That's the slightly faster way, nothing wrong with your method, but I just feel that simpler method, less human error, something like that, kind of important in the exam. You might want to choose the simpler method just again. Do you acknowledge that the sign works here?
Okay, again. The
If the sign
180,
works,
the 180 is like it does not you make it 180, you minus it because the sign is equal. You don't minus it because
yes,
without the sign because
sign
the
is equal.
normal number is equal.
Yeah, the 180 minus is just my way of finding it. So the way, like I need to find who the sign is equal to. I better 180 the angle because that always works. For whatever
Let me
strange reason,
let me
it really
do
works.
the 6SF first.
Sure,
So I'm gonna
give it a try. Give it a try.
let me make the thing to
Sure, no problem.
that's 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5.
Means A is
1, 2, 3,
slightly
4, 5,
to the
6.
right of B, which seems okay. 6.5 means it's kind of double
180
3,
minus
which
27.
kind of feel that it's correct visually. So just do a simple visual check. To be fair, if this is 4, 4,0, wait, a bit too far from 3. So maybe 3.25 is correct. We cannot know for sure, but the visual checks. Okay. So consider an easy exam question, but this gives you a structure of what the exam will expect, right? So far, so good. I will summarize a few of the subjects.
One
Now,
80 minus 27, 109,
there are
71
two methods to do this.
equal
The fastest method is the one with the least common sense.
equal
It's called the shoelace method.
equal 1.
I will show you the shoelace method. However, it is not commonsensical. There
Two.
lies the danger.
3SF.
Okay, you cannot understand the shoelace method. You can only memorize. However, the promise is that it is very
1, 2,
fast.
3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
The only way to deal with that is to practice it a bit before exam. It is, however, guaranteed to come out. I guess that's the thing. So a shoelace method works. Start with anywhere and go with a proper route. This, or this, or this, or this. So don't do this. Tack, talk. What does that mean? Watch me. The first thing you start is, we say, just a random point to start. Sorry, B. And I randomly go to A. From A, B, C. Right, one round. B. Just repeat. Why? No explanation. For the half, no explanation. Put the B, simple stuff, B 3, 3. Why do you put it this way? No explanation. A is 3.5, 0. I was like C is so D is 1, 2. C is 0. Are you okay, Nicholas? I mean,
yes,
it is a good question. It is a good question. And it is something that you have to do many, many times. So I guess that kind of works out. Now, do you want to discuss this topic more or we go to a different subject? For AE Math, I guess it's up. Our preparation is.
We're gonna do the sign rule.
We probably should. 3 times 0, 0. 3.5. Fine. You do not know why this is so.
Okay.
Hey, Nicholas, any other holiday homework?
Yeah, sign rule is my holiday homework.
Ah, nice. Show me the holiday homework. I like it a lot.
Let's do AMF homework now, at least.
Can. Any kind of holiday homework is nice one. Let's do it. This times this. Fine.
Hello.
So 19. Nothing makes sense. Add them up and add them up. Okay, add them up, and then you're gonna find the subtraction of. Okay, and then times half, and there'll be your ready. Looks very complicated, but surprisingly, after some practice, this is the fastest. I'll show you the other method, but for now, this is what we do. So you just finish this plus this.
It's no AMF.
This minus.
Okay, there's no
the
AMF
total of
holiday
this
homework, so we do EMF first. There's no AMF
Really?
holiday.
Really?
Yeah.
There is no. They haven't given you the AMS holiday homework. Maybe something like that. No. Maybe. Yes. Any idea? Three times 5. Okay, times half. Which is again, you do not know why that is, but it's what you do. But again, it's unpleasant because you don't know why it works. It's just that it works, right? Would you like to compare with another method? Okay. Okay, so, the other method here will be very complicated. I think
You sure?
Yes. Am I saying the holiday homework?
Yes. I have cosine rule and sine rule for the homework. This is the sine rule. You want to like
Copy. I want to do both sine rule and cosine rule. Copy paste for me the harder question from sine and from cosine. Give me 4 questions.
from each. 4 questions from each.
I'm sorry.
Wait, teacher, do you mean 4
So what
questions
I'm
from
doing-
each or like what?
What I'm doing, to be fair, is always true, so you cannot count memorize the step. This is almost a pure step
Teacher?
method. Yeah. Yes, you're saying?
Do you mean 4 questions
that's-
total or 4 questions
Oh,
each?
4 questions total. So two lah. Two. And give me the
Okay.
hardest one. Because in the end, nothing is difficult if you understand. I would like to teach you.
And if we have more time, we can finish like the easier ones.
Let's analyze the question. Yeah, if you have. If not, you will still probably be able to. So see, you do not know this. It looks like a challenge. But the structure of the question is always the same. They give you EMAT shape. So they will start with EMAT shape, and the shape is almost certainly slanted. It is never upright. So EMAT shape, Bayesian EMAT shape, fancy, irrelevant also. And then they'll do things like I give you a point or whatever, and then in the end they will either ask you for other points by giving you the line, or give you the point and ask you for the line. That's just how it is. And then why do we want all the points? Because that's the prerequisite for the shoelace method. If you know all the points, you can find the area. It is almost too standard. It's almost too boring. Let's just say after. Let's see what they give you. They give you the AD instead. So here they don't give you, right? But here they give you the line. Okay, great. I'll accept B. And then they give you AD. That is very enough to find A, B, and D. Now tell me, since they give you this and this, do you have any idea why they ask you for A first? Which is a good hint. Because to find a point, you can use 2 lines. No. Here's 1 line, here's another line, right? The line is infinite, right? I want to find this point where that's infinite. How do you do that? If you know the 2 lines. This one you cross, you intersect. I mean, 2 lines intersecting gives you a point. That just makes sense. So algebraically, how do you do it? You basically just, how do you intersect 2 lines? An intersection is where the x is equal to x and the y is equal to what? I'll put it another way. I didn't put it. 2 equations. You're just trying to solve 2 equations. Because a line is an equation with 2 unknowns. They give you 2 lines. Hey, 2 equations, 2 unknowns. Yeah, algebraic equations. So how do you find coordinate? You just solve this, which is something within your capability. So give it a try first, and then we'll. I'm sorry, you say? Yeah, basically, in the easiest way possible.
180,
So give it a try.
minus 56, minus 56, minus 82, minus 82, minus 82.
I think I can still read it. Okay, good. Okay, I think I can still read it. And yeah, it's fine. Still wait. Okay, sure. Now let me confirm one thing. Have you actually studied sine and cosine?
I think we did, but we just like did a little like a scheme.
Okay, let me see the question. Oh yeah. Understand? Hmm.
AC. Wait.
Yeah, I'm reading question 9.
This is sine rule. I forget how it works. Oh wait, I have a very convenient.
So I'll add your information. Your information is very good. So here, this is 32 degree, that's nice. And this is 22, okay, that's fine. Okay,
I have a
now
very.
here
I
is
know.
something very important. Sine rule.
Wait, I know how to do it now. I know how to do it now. It's fine.
Okay, sure. I mean, your CAD is correct, lah, right? Now your AC.
No, I remember
Okay,
how to do it.
fine. Let
I
me
just
see
had
your AC.
I just had to, remember something.
Uh-huh.
I'll write called X, honestly. So sine I2, 17.4, sine 6. Then it's basically just X equals sine 56 times 7 sine 56 sine 56 sine 56 sine 56 sine 56 times 17.4 that was sine 92.
The way you do it is fine. The way you do it is fine. Yeah, I like it. Oh, you did it. The A. Okay. Let's do a visual check. -2, comma -1. Does it look? I don't know about it. Yeah, -2, -1. Looks good. How are you supposed to use this and this now to find D and B? Right. That's how right. I so really want to. Is there a better way? Yes, I can. So now here's the principle. To find a point, you need two lines. I hope that makes sense, right? There are other ways, but that's the main. If I want a point B, keeping it simple, I want this line and I want this. Currently, do you have this? Okay. You don't have this. So if you put your effort to find this line, you can find D. Same goes with D. There are other ways, but how do you find a point? Two line. Do you have this line? You don't have this line. If you put effort to the left. How do you find a line? You learn from here. There are two main ways. To find a line, you may want 2 points. Or the alternative method is you can substitute with 1 point and a gradient. So you need two information, either 2 points or a point and a gradient. Those are the two major methods. There's no way you find this line with 2 points because you're supposed to find this point. You're trying to use the line to find the point. How can you use the point to find the line? So the 2-point method doesn't work. You only have with one more method, which is a point and a gradient. And to be fair, you do have a point. Do you have the gradient? Tara, do you have the gradient of this guy? Yes. So you can find this line using the 1.1 gradient method, and then you can find this. Is there a shortcut way? I don't think the other ways are short. Right. So a bit of a work, but they usually give you quite a lot. Would you try? Your sine rule seems short enough, so I'm okay with it, I guess. And your trapezium is great. And the question is like a medium exam question. So I'm quite happy. I'm quite happy that you can think through. Right? Good for you, lah. Can we move on? Maybe we can cover a harder one.
Wait. Oh,
Mhm.
I did something wrong. I need thing weird. Okay, I'm still thinking. I don't like
11.2. Sure thing, sure thing. Sorry. Don't want to rush you. Okay, don't want to rush you. The other one you may want to think like the other. Oh no, the other guy is fine. The other guy. Yeah, the other guy is fine. And what you're doing is fine. Like
14.4, 14.4.
gradient of BC is a number 3. Looks positive
One,
and looks
zero.
rather steep. Maybe it's correct, but what's stopping you?
11009.
I understand
CM2.
what you do.
CM2.
Oh yeah. No, I understand what. So you give the
Sure.
gradient from here.
I'm done.
Now, if you want up, yes, of course. No, that's fine. That's fine. I really like what you're doing. I really like it.
May I have a break?
Yeah, okay, you deserve it. So, how come you can construct a line if you have a point and a gradient? How come? Not by applying the gradient formula. Why? You already have the gradient. The gradient of the line is 3. This is also 3. Applying the gradient formula probably will not help you find the line. You want to find the line. But you do not have the line yet. How can you intersect? You do have this line, I agree, but you do not have this. You have the gradient of this line, but you do not have the line, the YMX plus C. You can only intersect a real line. You can only do this if you really have the equation of the line. Make sense? Huh? And you this for once, but you don't have this point. You're trying to find it. Think carefully. Yeah. Does this even make sense that this is 3, 0? Look at it. Does it make sense that this is 3, 0? No. You're misleading yourself somehow. This looks more like a 1, minus 6, something like that. Definitely not 3. Probably shouldn't trust 3, because if you already have this point, why bother finding the line? You already have the point. And yet, I don't think this doesn't make sense for you. Right? Listen to my structure. You want a point, the most major thing is to intersect two lines. How can you magically have this point if you do not have two lines? You should question your process a little bit. You don't have this line. And yet, you have all the ingredients needed for this line. How many ingredients do we need? A point. So you do have the ingredient. It's just that you haven't used those ingredients to form the line. If you do that, then you can intersect. Can you use the ingredient of a point and a gradient to form the line? Have you ever done that before? It's so easy. So very easy. No formula. Write down y mx plus c. First thing first, you have the n. Right? First thing first. And you have the y and x to find the c. See? Told you, you don't even need a formula. That's why there is no formula. That's good. Better use logic. If you like, but it doesn't matter. What matters is you have the line. The line is y equals to 3x minus 9. And what can you do with that? You can solve for b by simultaneous. Yes, you can simultaneous. Again, a bit of a work, but it should be okay. I mean, what do you think? Minus 6 sounds right. This is minus 4. I mean, this is minus 5, and this minus 6, slightly lower. It makes a lot of sense. And how about x? 1. Okay. It was according to my prediction because I see it visually, but the point is 1 comma minus 6 makes some sense. So you should be quite happy with this. What's your thought process to find?
Why is the project? Clear expression when fancy.
Sorry, I'm sorry. The gradient is, I'm sorry. What's the gradient? Okay, which line are you trying to find? Which line are you trying? No, you already know AD, did it? You already know AD. The side AD, you already. You are trying to find the line. What's the gradient? It's not 3. You're saying that you do not know the gradient. Tell me, how did you find this gradient to be 3? How did you find it? I guess you can move the y here, right? That's what happens. So there are 2 ways to do it. You do the same exact thing here. You make the y the subject. Minus 1 over 2. Okay. And that's the first way. The second way is, because this is a rectangle and this is 90 degrees, if the gradient here is 3 or 3 over 1, the gradient here will be flip side, which is the same conclusion. Either way. Yeah. Okay. Everything I'm saying here seems to be a bit here new, a bit there new, is it? Okay, I understand. I think that means we are slightly ahead. Is it visually okay? 1,4, you think? Maybe. Yeah, maybe, a bit here, maybe there's some the same one and then higher than stuff. It's always a good sign. Can the process be shorter? No. But can you do it faster? After a while, all this becomes very fast. Yeah, because in the end, the thought process is not very complicated and the formulas are also, you're just getting used. Don't feel like this is going to be as slow as this, right? Okay, and then, so, standard process lah. Give you point, ask you for a line, give you line, ask you to find point. All the points are found, find the area. Your first time trying the nonsensical shoelace. Follow the way I do it. It doesn't make sense, so you have to confirm from time. Give it a try. Okay, set it up first, and then
Hello, teacher.
yes, Nicholas. Nicholas, I would prefer that you do the cosine rule question. The sine rule one, not very difficult. Not very difficult. You can do it. I see your sine rule. Your sine rule is reasonable. It's okay. Definitely fine. I want to focus on the last two questions lah. Okay, please. I want to see your cosine rule because you need to have both. It cannot be one strong, one weak. It doesn't work in exam. B, C, 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 A, B, O, fine.
Okay, see.
Usually I'll do one on the bottom, one on top lah. That might work. That's up to you. Right? Total everything bigger minus small. The difference, and then times. Nick, are you ready? We are still not in the page 18. Okay, like you go to page 18. Yeah, that thing. The guy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry. You're right. You're looking at the correct question.
To find cosine, I can just use two lengths, right? Like the sin, like the tokaso.
Of course, tokaso can apply, but remember, tokaso only 90-degree triangle. Only 90-degree triangle. That's why you learn sine rule, cosine rule, because it can apply to non-90-degree. That's the powerful thing. You may have to consider cosine rule. You may have.
The thing is, right?
This one, okay, so I will ask you to check. I'll show you the visual method. Now, Both these two methods have great disadvantage. This guy's disadvantage is that it is not common sense. Okay? There is no sense. You just have to follow them. But there is a good advantage. The good advantage is complicated shape, easy shape ends up being about the same difficulty. So if the shape is complicated, doesn't matter. If the shape is easy, also does not matter. That's an advantage. I'll show you the visual method and then I'll tell you what's the disadvantage. Excellent things. Everything visual in this starts with something upright. For example, when I draw a triangle here, I draw something of upright front. So now I'm going to draw an upright rectangle enclosed. This is a rectangle of my own choice, but please notice that the rectangle is upright so that there will be no gradient to borders. Now, this rectangle is very easy to see. This is a visual method. Now, what is the height of this rectangle? It's from 4 to -6. This is 10. Simple for you, right? What's the width? Also very easy. From where? From A, -2 to C, 4, which is 6. So now this rectangle is 60. This is not a rectangle that we want. However, this rectangle contains 1, 2, 3, 4 upright triangles. Upright triangles are, anything upright is very easy. So the rectangle minus the upright triangle will be 1. So this is the reduction method. So anyway, I only need to find this because it's the same. I only need to find this because this is the same. Now this guy is very easy. What is this guy? Which is, what is this, right? This is from 5 to 4, which is 9. So therefore, this is 1, right? Easy, right? We need that. This guy is from -2 to 1, which is 3. So therefore, this is also 3. So therefore, this is 3. Now we have everything we need. So it's going to be 60 minus the triangle, the big triangle times 2, right? So 2 times half, right? 9 times 9 times 3. And then also minus, times again, a smaller triangle, which is easy. 2 times half times 1 and 3. Times 1 and 3. So you're not checking, is it 60 minus 27 minus 3? Yes, of course, it is 30, isn't it? 60 minus 27. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not making any sense. 2 times 7. Okay. And your answer is also very unlikely. 2 different methods, same answer, both are wrong. Super unlikely. That means they are most likely to be correct. What is the advantage of this method? When the shape is simpler, the method is very visual, so it's good for people who likes visual things. Okay. The disadvantage is when the shape becomes complicated, some people will find the visual to be very confusing. Right? Is this method acceptable? Yes. Is this method acceptable? Who is shorter, who is longer? Totally depends. However, this has a more stable expectation. This will fluctuate based on the shape. Which one do you wish to choose? That's totally okay. There is a third method. The third method is the worst method. Let me now tell you the third method so that you do not do the third method. The third method is to find this length, and then base times. Okay. But that is involved Pythagoras, and I hate Pythagoras. But if you want to do it, it's not that bad if the shape is simple. When you go here, suddenly you have to remember, wait, what am I supposed to do? If you want to use the formula method, how do you find the area for? How do you find it? Yes.
When they say giving
I'm sorry,
each answer as a fraction in its lowest terms, do they mean by improper fraction or like what? Can I say like this?
But you need to know this one, and not a lot of people. So that's why it's very bad. So check the rest for one. For a while, and then choose one more. Yeah, Nicholas, back to you. Okay, your cosine rule I like a lot.
Okay, which one?
But
when they
you're
say,
trying
right,
to
it says
find...
giving each other
Oh, I
answer.
like that.
Okay, look, they say giving each answer as a fraction in its lowest terms, right?
So you are right. So lowest term,
Okay.
I'm sorry, lowest
They
term
mean this
simply
one
means
or this one?
simplest. Preferably the top guy, the bottom guy doesn't matter. For some strange reason, mixed fraction is not the best thing in most cases. So this one fee, ooh, wait. No, okay, that's fine. I'm sorry. So let me confirm that your 32.49 and the 10.89 is not rounded off, right? That's really there's no rounding down, right? Let me just confirm that.
Yeah.
Okay, just to confirm. That means your answer should be accurate. Now that angle is wrong. The angle is not 361 over 121. That's just the cosine of the angle.
Oh yeah,
Come
yeah,
on.
yeah.
Yeah, and so you don't know the angle. You just know the cosine of the angle, and that's
Okay, now I
fine.
need to get
And this to the question, that's fine.
PRQ. I'm not
Mhm.
writing it correctly. It's just one.
How are you supposed to do that, right?
That's easy.
Don't be fooled. You may still need cosine. Oh, that's your break.
Ah.
You're not very tired. I can't really tell whether you're tired.
Oh yeah, I do need.
So, any these are all fine. You can do just fine, and then you'll be happy. Oh, I forgot to mention one. When this is clear corner geometry and they don't give you a picture, the question is hard because you cannot see. How to make it easy, I strongly suggest you once draw yourself. That is worth the time in exam. Let me repeat this. This is not because it's homework that we draw. No, in exam, I think you should. Right? It's worth the time. So if you choose this, you must start with some sort of. So any idea, Nicholas? I mean, any idea, like, I think I have an idea, but oh,
It says math F, bro. I cannot make it a cosine -1.
now think about this carefully. It's not a coincidence that they're 180 minus of each other, right? So you know what? This might be the relationship that we talk about. Remember, the relationship is the sine 30 equals to sine 50. Cosine 30 is not equal to cosine 150. You need a bit of adjustment. Do you remember that?
Cosine 30 does not equal to cosine 150. Isn't it minus cosine
Instead,
150?
yes, minus cosine 150. So a very simple adjustment lah. The cosine rule, the cosine relationship is slightly more complicated than the sine relationship. Now, my point is it helpful here? That's my point.
Yeah.
That's my point. If it is helpful, you can find A2 immediately right now by right. Okay, and you're done. You get it? You're done. Okay. Now, make a guess which one of these two angles will help you in question B. Make a guess.
Perpendicular distance between P and Q at SQ. Wait, P and QS, the perpendicular distance.
Turns out it's the easy one. You better draw first. If you do not draw, that means you might not understand. Please draw that distance.
Where is this distance?
Draw the trigonometry. I'll tell you what to do.
Like this.
Yeah.
Sure.
It might be useful, it may not, but I think you did or didn't. No, you did. Yep. Sorry, you're saying, Nicholas?
Oh, how do you find the perpendicular distance? Like if it's here.
No, you don't
like
find, but you draw. I want you to draw.
I
want you
cannot
to
draw. It
You
is not
can, you
perpendicular. This is not perpendicular. It's like it's not even on the line.
If I draw for you, then I make it easier. At least try something first. Okay, so in this case, area, right? The new technique of area is. So, do you think it's possible that you split this tree in symmetry, then use this 18, and you may be able to find something? So, if you want, I'll draw for you, but a bit.
No, because
I mean,
feel
are
it's
you
impossible.
sure you cannot draw? Huh? What? Okay,
I think it's impossible.
So the
But
word
you see,
okay. I'm gonna understand. Because the word produce is something you must observe. Produce is a very weird word, you know. Man always use weird words, but produce means extended. Extended. Don't ask me why they don't just use the word extended. QS extended. You get me? It becomes possible if you think about it that way. You get me? You understand?
Yeah.
Now draw a perpendicular distance from P to QS extended.
So you're saying I have to extend QS. That's all. That's
Yes,
what else I was
either to
asking.
the left or to
No,
the right.
this was asking.
Mhm.
That was what I was asking. I was like saying,
Oh, I'm so
I
sorry.
don't.
I'm so
I was
sorry.
like
You are
saying,
correct. You are
how
correct.
would you make a perpendicular distance? Is it like you have to?
Extend.
Uh,
Nice. Thank you. With this as your new guideline, you just have a possible 90-degree triangle. Correct or not? 90
Yeah.
degree is always good, man. 90-degree might mean we have a 90-degree triangle, and 90-degree triangle is easier to deal with. You may want to use that. Hint. The K disappeared. Are you sure? Are you sure the K disappeared? Oh, it's a minus and minus. I'm just okay. So that's correct. Okay, slowly.
Teacher, I can get a half of that
Yes.
by doing the sine place, it's cosine. By getting, can't. It will become F error.
I'll call that P prime, can make it easy lah. P prime. Now, can I persuade you to use a triangle specifically? Which triangle will help you here?
No, because you see, no. The thing is, I have an idea where I can do like the 7.8 times sine to get a height. But like, I can't do that because whenever I do cosine minus 1, 361 over 1 to 1, it breaks.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll teach you something. This is from cosine to sine technique. From cosine to sine to tangent effect. A technique that you will need in EMAT and AMAT. Okay, I've promised you lah. Right. So let's say that the cosine of a certain angle is 3/4. Okay, let's say. Yeah. Let's say. So I can find the sine and the tangent of that angle. I can. Let me show it to you. First, I draw an imaginary triangle. This 3 angle, and this is 3, and therefore this is 4. Understand? And therefore I can find this guy, right? This question mark, I can find what? It is going to be root 16 minus 9, which is equal to root 7. Am I correct? I can found. It is found. And because I found this guy, I can now do a sine. The sine of the angle is clearly root 7/4. There you go. Found it. And the tangent of the angle is clearly root 7/3. And therefore I found.
Okay, what? Huh? You explain it from the beginning.
Can you find root 7? Again, tell me. Can you find root 7? Cannot.
That's
From
Pythagoras
3
theorem. Why do you
and
put
4, yeah.
sine and tangent?
Yeah, I mean, I use Pythagoras to find root 7, and therefore I can find sine and tangent. Therefore, because why? Because this is the opposite. This is the adjacent. This is the hypotenuse. For the sine to work, I need opposite. For the tangent to work, I need opposite. There, I found the opposite. Therefore, I can find the sine. Hope that makes some sense.
I can change that on the absolute beginning.
I will try. Just a minute. Um, just a minute, Nicholas. I'll give you something. This guy. And then
What?
surprised that you asked this one. Half base times. Doesn't make sense. Find this guy first, and then you can find this guy. So this one, I don't think so. Okay, Nicholas, I'll show you what I will do in this question first, right? So I acknowledge that I have cosine angle PRF, right? Which is in this case a very ugly number, 361/1, right? I acknowledge that. And I want the sine PRS. Am I correct to say this? I want that, or rather you may want that. Let's just put it. You want that, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the same process here. Do the same process, right? So in this triangle PRS, right, I'm gonna draw again here for my convenience. That's my P, that's my R, and that's my S. And I'm going to start, I'm sorry, that's not the S. It should be the P prime, right? Now I'm going to start calling this guy. Now that I think of it, how come 361/121 is bigger than 1? This doesn't make sense. I'm afraid you made a mistake. Oh my goodness, you make a very big mistake. Okay, your cosine rule has something to correct. It's a very big mistake.
What happened?
Because try cosine inverse 361/121. Try doing that.
Yeah, I know it's math error. That's why I'm saying I don't know why. I'm saying. So I think it's. I think.
Right.
I already told you for a long time.
Apologies, apologies. I missed that part. Okay, I missed that part. Yeah. I thought you were doing the PRQ and therefore I'm okay. No, right now I'm not okay, and let me help you with that. Okay, so what you did, I believe, was to do this. I think you did this, and then it becomes that. Something like that. Something like that. Am I correct?
Oh wait.
And that's just totally wrong. It's just totally wrong. If that makes sense. Just like totally wrong.
No, I'm not. Yeah.
You cannot do it. Okay, try doing the right thing. Okay, good to know.
Let me see if I can get a question tape. Let me refill my question tape.
Okay. This is 8 and this is 4, right? Okay, what you mean? Oh, I'm sorry. This is the answer. Yeah, I get what you said. Never do this in math. Leave it as. Yeah, leave it as. Put 80 or simplify, but never do that. Yeah, I think this one. Okay, so. Also, never do that in AMAT, right? Okay, you have to deal with the cert, the AMAT way, I guess.
No, I'm telling you
Okay,
because these are
which
different one.
I never teach you cert, right? We didn't. So the basic way of dealing with cert is that you have to ask yourself, can I simplify or not? The way to simplify to ask yourself whether this contains 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36. Does 80 contain 1? 1, yes, of course, doesn't matter. Does it contain 4? I guess, but let's be a bit more ambitious. Does it contain 9? It does not. Does it contain 16? And that is very good. So you should use 16 to your advantage. Do you know how? Okay, please explain.
Apa itu? Stick.
That's not wrong. And then what? What's the big deal about 16, right? The big, the big deal about 16 is that if you search 16, you'll get 4. So search 80 is 4 search 5, not 16 search 5. Right? That's the important thing. So you do that first, right? 9 over search 5, right? Which you will then simplify to become, because they don't like cert at the bottom. Remember, they kind of teach you that instinct. Don't let the cert be at the bottom at the final answer. The final answer shouldn't have that. So what do? You keep pressing the button.
I forget.
Your cert instinct not so good. Times cert 5 times cert 5. Yeah, and then it will become
5, 5
I got
times 5 to the power of negative half.
no. Oh, I mean, that's not wrong. That's not wrong. But they generally want you to have this. Your cert instinct have to you rationalize times cert 5. So you do not leave the cert below. They are happy to see this. Check whether the answer is true.
Wow, okay.
Are you okay?
Yes, I got a new correction tape that I feel
Okay,
is
alright.
way better.
Which is very good. Your relationship with correction tapes are not smooth.
Yes, I know.
So see, no pressing calculator. No, they don't want that. You basically covered a lot of types of question that is exam worthy, right? The topic is done. You only have to go through the variations. Just like binomial, the topic is done. The skills are done. You just need to go through exam. Both this topic gives you a lot of marks. I would dare say that they rank these two ranks slightly higher than programmer, a little bit only. Let me check. Oh, Sato. Also another big guy. I was waiting for this. Now, here's the news. If your corner geometry is not strong, it'll affect two things. It'll affect the next chapter called circle, and you'll affect the next chapter called linear. It affects two chapters at least, and these 3 chapters are super big marks. 10 to 12 marks. Circle 8 to 10 marks. Linear law 6 to 8 marks. They are big marks, and you better be strong here. You already have the basic, right? Any questions for this one? Okay, now we gotta talk. I appreciate you coming here. Take some effort. I don't want to. I like teaching all my students. I also like teaching.
81.09 minus 32.49.
This year is a special year for me. Baby is here. We are going outside Singapore for some time. So that wife can get some
32.49.
support. We're just going to Batam. Right? So
32.49
close. Yes. Obviously,
minus
you cannot go to
0.02.
Batam. Obviously, you cannot do you can do outside. So, what is your decision you think about? Do you want to try online? Do you want to stop? Do you want to do something else? But I do wish that we will stay. That's the situation right now. The fastest I will go is 2 weeks.
Minus 48.6.
So around maybe when the holidays start.
Negative 70.2. Ding, 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 ding.
By right, I should be coming back here and there. But that doesn't help much. Huh? If you think that on-site is a requirement, that means that's not going to work. If you think that online might work, then me coming here is a good tool. So it does depend on what you want. If there's any positive thing I can say about this situation, is that this is year 3, not year 4. So next year, the situation will
Minus 9 out of 13.
yeah, like that. What do you think? Take your time to think about it. Any question on this? Okay. Good job for today. We let's finish your homework. Right. That will give you some homework. I'll see you. Nicholas, I am following, and yeah, good, very good. Oh, I like the resulting thing. Ariel, I can.
So it's gonna be it's gonna be half times if base times height, and it's gonna be no.
Can you shift up a
I'm
bit?
just
Sorry,
remembering
I
this.
cannot
I'm
follow.
just trying to remember.
Shift.
I know you don't have to do it.
Oh, okay, but shift up a bit, because
I
I
thought
want
you
to
assumed
follow.
that you're gonna do that. No, the wrong.
But you are doing well right now. You're doing well. I will. You can find. I guess you can do the angle method lah.
I mean, if I did,
I think EMath wouldn't mind lah. I think EMath wouldn't mind. Okay, if this is AMath, they would mind. If this is EMath, they probably wouldn't
okay, then
mind.
tell me what's the
the technique I show you. That's what they like the most. But I don't think they'll enforce that in EMath. They will enforce this technique in AMath. So
Yeah, let me
I'm
see
telling
the-
this for the sake of AMath.
EMath.
Okay. Ariel, I can see you. Can you hear? Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay, good. Ariel, are you fresh? Have you eaten your dinner?
Yeah.
Stuff. Okay, good. You're gonna tell me your updates later, but right now you're gonna post questions in the Jamboard. Do you have questions that you want to ask today?
Yeah.
All right, so you post them first. I'll finish up with Nick, okay? Right, then we'll get some updates. So Nick, I'll go very quick. You may not understand this though. I promise to talk about it on Wednesday. Okay, this is just so that you don't feel very sad. Okay, again, I don't think you'll understand it immediately. So if cosine of the angle is 9/13, I construct a triangle and I say this is 9 and this is 13. No objection so far?
Yes.
My goal is to find this opposite using the Pythagoras because I need the opposite for the sine. Simple enough. Right? 169 minus 81. And that will be square root of 88, right? 88, something like that. Okay?
169.
The opposite will be square root. Yeah, 13 square minus 9 square, right? Pythagoras, come on. I think that's
13 square.
minus 9 square.
Okay. Oh yeah, I was going. Okay.
Yeah, which is 2 root 22, right? Now,
Okay,
once you
I
have the opposite, you can find again. Okay, this technique is important for AMath. Okay, I'll see you on
the
Wednesday,
answer in
right?
the sheet is the opposite.
No, the opposite over 13 lah. The sine of the angle is the opposite over 13. Tokaso. Simple.
No, I'm talking about the answer. Is it find the perpendicular distance from P to Q as produced? The answer is the opposite.
No. Because remember, this is not really 13. It's 13 unit and 9 unit. The real number here is 7.8. Be careful. It's not 2 root 22. It's not.
Oh,
then
I just make it so 13 means 17.8.
Yeah. So you get a 2 root 22 over 13
I just times both by
7.8.
7.8. What?
Yeah. You just need to do that. If that makes sense. Okay. But this is a AMath technique, so Okay, we have to stop here first. All right. We have to talk about this again. Don't worry. We will be using this technique a lot. Okay. Keston, I can see you also. Yeah, I'll get some update from Ariel first. Now,
Ooh,
Keston,
mm.
I just meant Ariel. Do you have, I see that you sent me a lot. Very happy with them, right? They are good questions. Do you want to do those paper today, Keston? Or do you want to do some sort of holiday homework? Maybe your teacher give one. Because you have the paper also, right? Okay, which one do you want to do? That's totally up to you. You can do something else also. Okay. What do you want?
I think maybe do holiday homework. I need to check if I have.
We'll start with that first. Okay. Put them in, and then I'm sure that will be useful. But try not to do the WA one, right? Try to do the prelim one first. Can make sense? Okay. All right. You put them in, yeah. So I'm gonna go to your Jamboard. Maybe you put 6 questions. That should be more than enough. If possible, avoid MCQ lah. MCQ, although it's not easy, but you need a lot more for paper 2. You can also choose chemistry and physics for now. I don't mind. Now, Ariel. Okay. Ariel, tell me what am I looking at here?
Math.
What is this? I know. But what is this? Is this a homework or what?
Yeah, I don't know how to do it.
This is your holiday homework, or is just a
No.
no?
We have this homework after like every worksheet. Oh yeah, and I'm really, really sorry that I was late. I forgot about it. Yeah.
Okay. Do remember.
Yeah.
All right. But if you think about it, is the time slot okay? Or
Oh
the
yeah,
original time slot.
like,
Okay, it's okay.
I just
Right.
yeah.
You just have to get used to it. Yeah, just have to get used. Okay, so you don't worry about it. I agree that this is not an easy question, so I guess I like it. In fact, this is not easy at all. Oh, this is not easy. But now, your mother call you a scatterbrain earlier, right? The question is, do you think you're scatterbrain or not?
Yeah.
I noticed that also. So 3 of us observed the same thing. It might be correct, right? So how to deal with this? I believe certain simple things will help a lot. Okay, let's try the simple things first, right? In this difficult question, you don't rely on your scattered brain to immediately give you an idea, because your mind might not be able to decide immediately, hey, I am supposed to do this or I'm supposed to do that, just by looking at the question. Okay, one more time. Looking at the question might not give you an idea on how to start, especially when the question is difficult. I hope that makes some sense.
Yeah.
It's hard enough for somebody who is not so scatterbrained. So it will be harder for you, which you think is a scatterbrain. Okay, it will be harder if you force yourself to see the question and then demand the question to tell you what to do. Okay, so what should we do? We should rely on things that never change no matter the question. Okay, there's a word for that. It's called principle. It's called a principle because it most of the time never change no matter the question. So it's reliable. Do you understand what I'm saying, Ariel? It's reliable to do 99% of the time. Good enough, yeah?
Yeah.
I already told you the reliable things. Now, I'm not talking about the 3 laws. The 3 laws definitely will be useful one. The 3 laws. But that is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the principles or the strategy. Either one is fine, strategy or principle. What strategy or principle works? I told you. Do you remember? The only 2. Any idea?
No, no idea.
All right. I'm going to repeat them because you know what? They never change. They are reliable. You should remember them. You should do them even though the question doesn't seem to, kind of reveal to you that you should do it, right? So again, base, the same. The base of the log, of course. Base of the log should be the same.
Yeah. I think I know how to do the first part of this question.
Okay, then show me something. You need to
Okay.
show me something, right? I'm sorry, I'm gonna make it big.
Wait, sorry. Oops.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it big. Look at that. Wait a bit. Okay, it'll take some time. Okay, yeah, don't do that. Okay, yeah, I'm giving you a bigger.
Okay,
Okay,
thank
so
you.
Keston, no problem. You select some MCQ, I'm okay with that. Just curious, Keston, why do you choose physics? I really don't mind. Just want to know.
Was like I found the physics worksheet first.
Yeah, okay, no problem. Okay, I mean, seeing the exam, you already agree that we need to do both topics, right? Am I correct? This is still what you're thinking, right? We need to do both.
Yeah.
All right, then let's do so. Okay. Whenever you're ready to start, I like the question. There's not too many MCQs. Oh, that's a chemistry question. That's good.
No, it's physics.
I'm sorry, I cannot hear you.
It's physics.
Oh, that's physics. Oh, that's physics. I'm sure because I'm surprised to see the word sulfur in physics. Okay, that works. Now, I will assume that you're thinking about it, but don't wait too long. If you don't understand, please ask me, right? Okay, I already read the question. Ariel, are you using your pen or your finger here?
My finger. I can't find my Apple Pencil.
Now, is it lost or is just somewhere?
I think I broke it and then I lost it. Yeah.
It's beyond hope, is it?
I need to
Hope
go
is
get it
lost.
fixed. Yeah, I need to go get it fixed.
I mean, considering that it's your finger, it's not that bad, I guess. Okay. The base change is fine, right? Okay. The question is, do you need to touch the right-hand side or not? You are applying the strategy base the same. On the
Yeah.
right-hand side, there is no base 2. You leave it, or you wait, or you immediately change the base. What do you think?
How
What's
does
your
that?
choice?
Wait, what do you mean?
There are 3 options on the right-hand side, the 2 power king. You can make it into a log because that's the whole point of the strategy. You
Yeah.
can wait and see because you're not very sure, or you immediately think, no, I should preserve it. So those are the 3 options. What will you choose? Of course, you do not know which one's which, but you must choose one.
I think I can preserve it first. I don't know.
Then let's do so. Now, what do you do? I mean, how do you continue from here, right?
Yeah. Let me think.
Keston, are you okay?
Is
Yeah.
it
Okay. You're saying, Ariel?
is it something to do with like the log? This one? I don't know.
Yeah, you should probably do something about this guy. You can.
Yeah,
You can.
I know.
Yeah, probably. So, okay, so do something about that. Which is to say, I need to give you more space, and I will do so. Right, just a minute. Just a minute. Don't be afraid when things move. All right. Okay. Okay, that's me doing stuff. So next time, especially for A math, 1 question per page. There won't be enough space. Yeah, you can get there. More space for you.
Thank you.
Keston, you decided to draw a graph and I like it a lot. You seem to know what to do, right? So I'm a bit surprised that you asked this, but I don't mind it. I like the drawing. I like it. Okay, that's 5. I totally like it. How about the 3 meter? What's going on there? What is 3 meter? I like your drawings. Very good start. Okay, Ariel, I do not want a read. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Okay, I don't mind that. Yeah, I like that, Keston. I like it very much.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what is that?
What do you mean?
I agree with you. Okay, good, Keston. You did it. Any question?
How do you do the second question?
How did you do the sulfur thingy?
Yeah.
Wait, what? Okay, wait. Wait. So, oh, the picture has no bearing, is it? I'm sorry. The picture doesn't matter, is it? That's the previous one.
Yeah.
So solidify is very simple, right? From liquid to solid, correct? Or not? Okay,
Yeah.
from a liquid to solid. But you already learned from chemistry and physics that when there's a phase change, there is no change in temperature, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so that part you understand, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And B, yeah. I mean, how can no transfer? What's the problem here? What did you ask?
It's like, I don't know, maybe sulfur goes from solid to like gas or something.
Okay. But okay, I don't mind that you asked. I mean, Ariel, would you like to just make it into 2? That might, if that might make it easier, right?
Wait, what do you mean?
I mean, the only reason why you do log base 2 power 2 is that you realize that it could be 2. Surprisingly, this is more preferable than keeping it as a log. Now, I'll tell you why.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know. Oh, yeah. I know that one.
You don't want to keep it locked because there is no X. The
Yeah.
one that you should be concerned is the one with X's. This one has no X. I would rather simplify it to 2.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Okay. All right. So you do that, I guess. You do that, and then now, Keston, oh, right, you're already doing that. Okay, sure.
But like, I don't know how it gets magnetized.
You mean A1, is it? Sorry, are you talking about A1 or
Yeah.
something?
Yes.
A1, okay. But that's okay. What am I supposed to do here? Okay, Keston, let's just say that you have a small reading problem. However, anything which is a reading problem is a problem because this question is totally new, that it contains something new, right, outside the syllabus, and therefore the reading becomes very important. If you have a small reading problem, you may miss something important. I'm telling you so many hints already. That there is a sentence that what they're telling you something that becomes the answer of A part 1. It's kind of a simple thing. I need you to at least read through and suspect something there, right? I'm training your reading here. I'm not referring to your knowledge. Your knowledge is probably fine. Now, Ariel, I would like to package. Okay, you're doing something. Show me. What do you want to do?
I think you have to make this into like the log form because then
Go ahead. Do that first. You do that first.
yeah.
You do that first. Let me see.
Think.
Right. Now, you think it's fine as long as you try.
Okay.
You might be pleased to hear that I will ask my student to try a lot, and that is suitable for somebody who might feel that they are scatterbrained. I mean, trying is not a very difficult thing if you have a lot of things in your mind, right? Just try something, right? Okay. Western, yes. Hmm. I have no. Oh. Okay. I get what you're doing. Ariel, you're doing a door of logarithm base 2, am I correct? Let's call this a door logarithm base 2, correct?
What does that mean? But yeah, I think so.
Yeah, this is what you did. So let me just confirm your thinking process. You did this, and then you also did that, correct?
Yeah.
If you don't understand what I'm saying, just help. If you don't understand, just help.
Yeah.
Are you sure you understand what I'm saying? I'm not confusing you.
Yeah.
All right, okay, that's fine. Now, the question is, do you think this is going to be useful or not? That's the
I have
question.
no clue.
No, you must have some
Wait, how do
feeling
I
whether this is
how do
useful
I
or not.
even find K if I don't know what? Wait, what? Wait, how do I even
I mean,
find
you're
K
right.
if I don't know what X is?
I mean, you're right. The issue is this question has two unknowns for one equation, right? That's a big issue. It's not how can you find K when you don't know X? No, you're absolutely right. It's a big problem. This question is phrased in a confusing way, is what I'm saying. Totally agree with that. Okay? Totally agree. Now, before I do something further, I want to say something. Now, usually when people make base the same, remember the strategy that you're applying is base the same, correct? Because they have a hope. They have a hope that they will apply one of the laws to compress all the logarithm into one.
Into one, yeah.
One of the law. We'll call it a positive negative rule. Now you are not achieving that potential. This is a very standard way. For example, if you change this to base 2, you are fulfilling one of the requirement of the plus minus law. Okay. And then if you change this to 2, you also fulfill a certain requirement of that law, and yet you stay short. What do I mean by this? You do not derive the full potential. You have to. There are two logarithms here, and this positive negative law, so to speak, can help you compress these two logarithms into one, and you do not do that.
I don't remember
That
the
is
formula.
something. It's a law, so I'm going to practice the law in front of you first, right? So this is before you start to do this logarithm 2 thing. I believe you should consider this before. Your brain should think, if I do base the same, I want to end up with one logarithm. Okay, that's the goal, to direct your mind. Okay, so I want to have one logarithm only. How to do that? This thing has to become minus half logarithm to power x, and therefore I use the power law to put it in. Will this be okay?
Wait, I don't get it.
Okay, so this one becomes that one okay first or not?
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, no, I've seen that be done
And then
before.
this one okay not? Okay, you're also okay, huh? But what's the point? What's the point of all the trouble? You need to know. Because the point is this now fulfills the requirement of the positive negative law. The one that allows you to do this, the one that allows you to do that.
Mm.
I just apply the positive negative law, the negative becomes division. But the point is, I only have one logarithm. That is usually a very beneficial thing. Usually.
Yeah.
Again, I have two logarithms into one. Very beneficial. This should be your big goal when you do base the same. I aim to reduce the number of logarithms.
Yeah. Okay.
Could you apply this? Only when you, okay, so you read first and then I'm going to erase. Sorry, you are going to erase and then you're going to apply. I want you to apply after you erase. Can you do that?
Wait.
Happy to wait.
Is it because wait, what do you mean? Wait, so x to the power of minus half and it just becomes this. Oh, okay, can.
Yeah, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's not in this.
Yeah, can, yeah.
Okay, good. Now erase it and then you do it. Okay, back to you, Keston. Yeah? All right, Keston. Right. Oh, you choose the. Okay, so a few comments, Keston. Yeah? Now, I'm trying to understand the way you deal with a question which has a new element, right? Okay. So I feel that you are trying very hard to deal with it. For example, in this question, you comment the side and then you comment the other side also. Okay. Part of me is happy that you do this. The other part must ask you, why do you comment on the other side? What is your thinking process?
Show the arrow like one side is like both sides are different direction.
Because you imagine it as a magnet, am I correct? That's how you imagine it. I say yes or I say no. Let me think. Okay, like this. Okay, now in dealing with something new, there is safety precautions. We need to take some safety precautions. If they don't seem to be interested in the other side, if they don't, it's best not to comment. You may give them a reason to take away your marks because they cannot ignore if they know it is wrong. In this case, I roughly know that that's not the case and there is no point explaining it. What I want to say is if they don't seem to be interested in it, you may want to refrain from commenting. It's a safety principle. You may end up commenting something which is wrong and cause them to not be able to read, which is bad. I hope that makes some sense.
Yeah.
I hope that makes some sense. Instead of saying closest, for example, just say facing because it feels like that's what you're thinking about. And this one just don't comment on it, if that makes sense. Yeah, I think that they do not want you to talk about the other side. Fair to say? Fair to say?
Yeah.
Please apply this safety principle because it will help you. Okay, limiting our answer is actually not a bad thing. Yeah, you don't. Let me put it this way, lah. You don't try to get more marks simply by saying more things. That may sometimes work, they may not, especially when it's 1 mark. You may actually not want to say too much. Safety principle. Okay, would that be okay? I would understand more if this is 3 marks. Okay. Ariel, I do expect you to be able to do something after this. Just focus on the left-hand side.
Okay.
You should be able. Yeah, don't wait for me. I forgot it. In this tuition, don't wait for me too long. Or rather, don't wait for me. If you think you can do something, you must do something. I can follow one.
Oh.
This is correct, but okay, I mean that's it. In general, I like it. Now, Keston, let's say this is wrong. We should start a discussion. Okay, you shouldn't say, "Oh, I'm wrong." You know, teacher say so. No. Let's start a discussion. So I think it is wrong, but maybe first you explain what you're thinking. Oh yeah, Ariel, that's fine, totally fine. You actually can do it, right? Very good for you, right? Your basics are strong. That one I'm very certain. Your basics are. Okay, you got that one, right?
Yeah.
If you are clear, immediately do the next question, which is after. Right. If you are stuck, you gotta tell me, okay?
Okay.
Keston, any? Yeah, this is a different question.
I don't know.
Okay, Keston, this is a mistake. So we gotta discuss that. That's number one. Secondly, the new question that you give me, it seems to be missing the front part. Are you sure I can understand without the front part?
Yeah. I think. Wait.
You know what? No, let's be safe, let's be safe and then send me that in case, in case I really need it, I'm gonna put it in the next page, No need to save too much. Page. Okay. Ariel, are you stuck?
Uh, um, not yet. I think I'm just.
Good. Now, I am wondering what kind of strategy you apply. Keston, I kind of accidentally deleted it. I'm so sorry. That was my mistake. Then my Jamboard got error and I lost it. Would you kindly paste it again in the next page? Maybe after you fix that problem, fix that mistake.
I don't know what's the mistake.
Okay, so let me confirm that you still think that it is correct, yeah? So I'm going to try to make it very clearer to you. All right, so maybe let's visualize it. So okay, so I'm very uncomfortable with your sentence because of 3 things: the word bigger, gap, and then force. Okay, so these 3 things worries me a lot, right? So there are 3 things that I'm worried about. First of all, I don't see any gap in the drawing. Now, which one do you think is the gap? at least in the drawing, there doesn't seem to be any gap for me. So you must have seen something. You tell me which one.
Between the arrow.
Between the arrow. You're talking about what? You're talking about this gap. Something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, at least I understand what you're saying. Now, how about the force? So I don't think the question called that thing a magnetic force. It calls it something else. You probably Mm, does it call it something?
No.
At the very least, use the word section because the force is almost certainly gonna be wrong, if that makes some sense.
Yeah.
I don't think you can call it force, no. You can call it section. You can call it pattern, I suppose, if that makes some sense. But I don't think you can call it force. Would that be okay?
Yeah.
As for gap, let's withhold that first. The last problem is bigger, right? So bigger. Actually, I don't think bigger is the problem, but I think you better focus on the pattern itself. I think that's my biggest concern because he wants you to comment on the pattern. So maybe we focus on the one with the arrow. Now, with the one with the arrow, will it be bigger, smaller, or unaffected?
Bigger.
So if I were to draw it for you, now I will have a longer arrow, something like that. I'm sorry, longer arrow with some longer gap also, and then a shorter arrow, another longer one. Am I correct? Something like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, in this is the case, I think you shouldn't just comment on the gap, right? To be fair, if you think this is true, you should comment on this and the gap. That's just more fair. Correct? How could you
Yeah.
be interested in the gap, but you don't make any comment on the magnet? Now, gap will be your personal thing. Personally, I will not comment on the gap because it's unclear whether there is a gap or not. However, I will make sure I comment on the arrows or the pattern itself. Would you please kindly change to reflect? Now, for you, Ariel, are you okay or are you stuck right now?
I think I'm a bit stuck. Yeah.
Okay. Now, we'll call this the indice. Okay, it's very common for a simultaneous equation to contain one indice, looks like indice, like f looks like indice, and one logarithm definitely looks like logarithm. Okay. Now, you seem to be thinking that this indice must somehow be log. Somehow. Now, you think carefully. Yeah. What is your reason of doing that? Is it because we're in the log chapter?
I don't know. I just did it.
Okay, then think about it this. If this is in exam, because this is clearly a good exam question, this is I'm okay with that case. So if this is an exam question, they don't tell you, hey, this thing is a log, okay, better do log. They don't tell you one, right? If they don't tell you that, yo, sis, this is a log chapter, you must do log. If they don't tell you that, perhaps this need not be a log right now. Perhaps. Perhaps this can be viewed as simply a pure indice question for a while. I hope that makes some sense.
Okay.
So maybe you ignore log until you think you need it.
Okay.
Just treat this as indice. And in this, I'll tell you there are three strategies. The most common one, guess what? Is also the most common one is base the same.
Okay.
Stick with base the same, right? If
Okay.
you think you can apply that, give it a try. You might be able to. Okay. Gaston, I believe that's a better answer. Okay, now tell me, Kester, now I can see the full question. Can you tell me what's the problem here? That's a long question, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to adjust it. So, Kester, okay, let's not fight. I'm going to adjust it. Super long question. Okay, again, tell me what's your problem.
I don't know how to explain IV.
You don't know how to explain IV. Oh, you can do I. You can. It's a very interesting question to do. Lah. You sure you can do everything besides IB?
I don't know how to
Yeah. Okay, then maybe we should do II first, maybe. Right? Okay, so let's see. There's a lot of reading here. This is just like SST lah. Just like yeah. Yes. Yeah, there's a brightness. Okay, so Keston, can I confirm one thing with you? Are all these the same height or not? Because I can't be sure. Lah. You can tell me. Is this the same?
Yeah.
They are the same, yeah. Okay, right. Yeah, I guess I can understand.
Wait, what do I do?
Okay, give you some hint. Just a minute, Keston. If you're stuck, do something else first, or rather, you can screenshot other questions, right? Okay. Okay. Remember in logarithm, you can, if you get something like this, log base 2 on the left-hand side equals to log base 2 on the right-hand side. In some sense, this is a very good thing if you can get the logarithm question to arrive at this stage. Okay. This is like a good goal to. In this, it goes the same way. I'm going to erase your second line. Okay. Instead, I'm going to ask you to think like this. In this question, sometimes it's nice to, if you can just do that. Do you understand? Okay. Now, is it possible that we can achieve this?
I don't know how.
I'll put it as 2y first because that's done. Okay. So I'm just going to leave it there. Okay. I choose not to take your round. Right?
Okay.
This is e power 1 just for emphasis, and this is e power x half. Would that be okay?
I guess.
Which is e power 1, e power half x.
Yeah.
And my goal is something like that. Again, my goal is that, is it possible to do this? But I guess that I'm taking some time to read your space. Yeah, I agree. Uh-oh. Okay. Your log basic is good. Your in this basic is a little bit weird, right? Okay. So you're gonna tell me something. 2 power x times 2 power y. Maybe you memorize this, maybe not. I don't know. What does this become?
To the power of x and y.
X and sorry, x times y or what? Sorry,
Yeah, is it?
x times y. Okay, now I'm going to ask you to test using a calculator. Okay, less memorization, more testing. Let's pretend that the x is a number. Let's pretend that x is 3. And let's pretend that the y is 4. So tell me, is it 3 times 4 here? You can easily test using calculator. Am I correct? Go and test.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me whether you're right or wrong. Yeah?
I'm wrong.
Okay,
Oh, is
then
it
if you're
plus?
wrong,
You add it up.
yeah, but if you guess, you should just test, right? No need to memorize, but test please. Plus correct or not?
Yeah.
Okay, if plus is correct, then does it apply to our current situation? Does it change anything?
No.
Yes, it does. Come on.
Oh,
Come
okay.
on. It does. Think about it. Hey, I cannot follow your working question. Yeah, I'm still trying to understand what are you doing. What are you trying to do here? Okay, that's probably not the answer that you're looking for. Lah. A refractive index is usually only from 1 point something to maximum 2.15, I think. This is like the max that you can get. So 66 million is probably not what you want. Something. That's refractive index, yeah. The formula itself is probably correct. Yeah, this one is correct. But this one, a bit question mark. Then let's start from here. Lah. Looks like we need to start from the start. Okay, now, Ariel, are you waiting for me?
Yeah, I
Or
don't know how to do.
are you... no, 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 no. Okay. Now, why bother setting up one logarithm on the left and one logarithm on the right? Why bother? Because the inside will be the same. I'll
What
give you an
do you mean?
example. This is x and this is 2y, let's say. So immediately x equals to 2y. Log base 2x, log base 2y. Hey, the logarithm is the same, the inside should be the same.
That makes
But the
sense.
principle applies here also, right? The principle also applies. Why bother setting up this equals to that? Why bother? Because the power will be the same. That kind of helps a lot. Why? Because it eliminates the power. It eliminates the index. In the same way that this eliminates the log, which is something good, right?
Yeah.
Now that makes some sense. So would you please apply that? You can call it a strategy or something. The point is, it's very useful. Very useful. Okay, Keston. Now, Keston, let me ask you, are you sure that you are correct right now? Are you just trying stuff here? 1.5 is a good answer, but are you sure you're correct now?
Okay.
Okay, okay. Just checking whether you are just guessing or you actually understand, because the reading matters a lot. Okay, you continue first. Yeah, good. That's the only way you can do it. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Keston, I have a question. I have a question. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm very scared right now. The answer seems fine, Keston, yeah, but I'm a bit worried about something, right? First thing first, why don't you put 2,000 kilometer, 2010 to the power 3? Why not? That's one. Secondly, for your mu, why don't you simply do 0.1 times 10 to the power minus 6 seconds? That's my rule. So tell me, why don't you do this instead? I'm a bit curious why you do it your way. In fact, I find it very confusing. Do you realize that the 2000 is kilometer?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is 10. My mistake. Okay, so our denominator is both 10 to the power of minus 5. Our denominator lah. It's
Yeah.
great. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm the one that read it wrongly. I'm so sorry. It's 2 kilometers. I'm so sorry. No, you are correct. I'm wrong. I read it wrong. I'm so sorry. You're absolutely correct. Okay, pardon me for that. Must be correct. Okay, now part B, please. Okay, good. Ariel, now are you still waiting for me? You're not
No, I'm
supposed
doing
to.
the part.
Good. Did you change page? You probably want to do that.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, good. Now, what's the strategy that you're aiming for here?
Uh,
Okay, I mean, substituting is great. I like it.
substitution, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ah,
And then
I'm
after
sorry, I
this is,
cannot hear you.
oh yeah,
I cannot hear you, sorry.
substitution.
No, I like the substitution is fine, but that's not the strategy. Substitution is just what we need to do in a simultaneous.
Yeah.
So what's the strategy to deal with the log here? There are only two strategies, right? Base the same or lab, right?
Yeah.
So which strategy will you choose? Sometimes you have to go by your feeling. You got to choose one.
Wait, I'm thinking about what to do with the like +1 thing.
But the +1 thing, you're reacting to the question. You believe me when I say this. You're reacting to the question. It means it gives you a sense of discomfort. But I'm not teaching you that way. I'm teaching you that there are only two principles, two strategy, two approach. Base the same or lab, no matter the question.
Okay.
No matter the question. So because there's only two options, no matter the question, you choose one, it doesn't work, you try the other. I hope that makes some sense.
Okay.
That kind of cuts down the confusion. Now, what is your choice?
Change of base.
All the bases the same. Now, what's the goal of base the same? Let me remind you, I have one logarithm on the
To
left
combine
and
it,
one logarithm on the right. Yeah, something
Yeah.
to combine it
Oh.
and one log left, one log left, and then you kind
Oh,
of,
okay. I know what
you
to
kind
do, I know
of
what
do
to do
that.
now.
Okay,
Yeah, I know
good, good. You see? You see what I mean? We're talking about principles here, right? See what I mean? Okay. You're correct, Heston. Finally, good. Yeah. Now I see the correct thing. Good. Heston, just asking, do you have some sort of formula list with you, or you're remembering this from your memory, or what are you doing here? Tell me. Are you consulting your note, which is totally fine? Are you looking at a formula sheet? Totally fine. Are you remembering things? Totally fine also. I just want to know.
Just remembering.
Which is fine. Which is fine. That's good. Stick to the strategy, Ariel. Stick to the strategy. Don't go half-half. Also, no need to go one by one. Okay. Don't go half-half. Don't go one by one.
Oh yeah. Oops.
You're not committing to the 1 plus. You're taking it too slow. No need, Ariel. If you
Wait,
commit to the
Is it that I just want to get I want to get rid of this?
No, not necessary, not necessary. Remember, I told you that the goal
Okay.
is usually one logarithm on the left and one logarithm on the right, right?
Okay.
However, this logarithm must not have these two, right? You use the power law to kick it in. That's usually a safe bet. Yeah, okay,
Okay.
now you do that. Yeah. As you can tell, it's quite a standard thing to do, right? After a while, like, oh, I keep doing this. Okay, standard thing. Okay, so please do that. But I also want you to work on the right-hand side after this, right?
Mm.
Hey, Keston, I ask you something. I noticed that typing is much slower. That's normal, right? Especially in physics. Why don't you just use the video and the paper and your pencil? Wouldn't it just be, faster for you? Correct. You don't have to screenshot too much. You can just write using pencil and everything. Would you prefer that? Keston? Keston.
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't typing bother you?
No, I want to take calculator.
Okay. You go and use your calculator first, then I'll ask you whether you want the video again. Okay, Ariel, okay. Now, Ariel, I don't want you to delay too much. I want you to put it in, right?
I'm trying.
Okay. Right. Oh, okay, what you're doing is probably fine. I don't mind. I don't mind. Okay, let's say I like what you're doing. Good. I like it. Hey, something feels bad. Oh.
Not entirely sure what to do next. Is it that I make it into
I'm
one block?
Again, that's usually the goal or the benefit, right? Making it into one log usually makes things very easy. And so you should at least try it, right? Keston. Okay, Keston. Do you have the answer key? Just checking.
No.
Okay. Your final answer seems reasonable, but I cannot understand the logic of your working. Uh, um, yeah, I no, no, yeah, never mind. So sorry. Now I look at it. This is 35, and this 35, and it totally doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
No. This is not gonna be. So this one is a good start, right? Now I'm gonna draw this. Can I confirm to you that you understand that this is air and this is not air? This is glass. This is the glass. Do you understand that regarding
Yeah.
optic fiber? And tell me, what is this guy here? Just checking whether you can see the picture.
The same thing.
No, that's
Mm,
called
the
cladding, and cladding is not transparent. It's my point here. It's not transparent. The only thing which is glass is in the middle, and that's it. Okay, whatever that cladding is more like a wrap, so to speak, a protective wrap, and a protective wrap is generally not transparent and therefore not important for reflection. Do you understand so far?
Yeah.
Okay, so now let me clarify another thing. This anatomy of the glass fiber, you need to understand. This is less dense, this is more dense. So your your thing is going like that. Okay. Now this is correct. My question is, don't you know that the n of aware is basically 1? Don't you know that?
You know what?
The n of air, air, the light is entering from air into the glass. The refractive index of air is 1, just given like that. Do you understand?
Mm,
So this guy is equal to 1, is what I'm trying to say here. 1 times sine 35 degree. That's the n of air. Do you understand?
yeah.
The n of glass here. The n of glass, please don't also, I don't understand why you recalculate. This is supposed to be just 1.5. You already know that. Times sine, well, the exit angle. So your formula is correct, but your application is very confusing to me. Unfortunately, these are all basic foundational stuff. You need to understand this. Do make sure you understand what I'm saying. If you don't, please. Ariel, are you stuck?
Yes.
Now, so far, so good, So far, so good. Why? Because there is one logarithm on the left. Usually, that's a good sign. Usually. Now, you don't have any logarithm on the right-hand side. Might I trouble you to complicate your life and make the right-hand side a logarithm also? You may find it useful. That's one way to deal with this.
Okay.
Complicate your life a little bit. So, Kestan, do you understand what I'm doing? Are you sure this is very important?
Yeah.
Okay, something like that. Okay. Now, does it make sense that the angle, the exit angle is smaller than the entry angle? Just checking.
Yeah.
Okay, because less dense to dense, that's what they do. Okay, so just checking it. Be good. Okay. Again, the n of air is 1 and everything. The n of gas is 1.5. I hope you understand. Yeah, I'm a bit concerned, but there's nothing I can do. Okay, so the question progresses into things that you have never seen before. Part C is totally outside the syllabus, but you're still supposed to understand. You're still supposed to understand from the data they keep telling you. It's like a super big hint. Using data from 9.3, except explain 9.4. I have seen the connection. Can you see the connection? Ariel, base the same. Come on, we're still doing the strategy base the
This is so
same.
confusing.
So, like base 2, right? Base 2 of something, please, right?
Wait, what?
Block base 2. Okay. Again, look at me. I'm sticking to the strategy. The strategy is base the same, log base 2. You have been doing that. I'm just sticking to that. So 2 power 1, correct?
Wait, I guess, yeah.
Wait, if you don't understand, you better, because
I don't
this
know.
happens a lot.
What? I don't know what you. I don't understand it.
All right, so think about it from the other direction. What is log base 2 to power 1?
1.
Yeah, because the base of the log matches the base of the guy inside. So it'll just be 1 different. Are there good explanation?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I decided this will be base 3, just for practice, I decided this is base 3, then shouldn't it be just 3 to the power 1? Correct or not? That easy.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
All right. Now you have to do this quite a lot, so just make sure. Now, I am the one requesting you to complicate your life. Is it useful?
I guess. Because then
Okay,
you know.
and then you can use it. Then use it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Okay, good. Use it, maybe next page. Okay, Keston, are you stuck? So
Yes.
now, this one I gotta help you train yourself to deal with the new things, right? I have to, right? This is SFT lah. Your questions will have all new things. Do you see any relationship, anything between the data and whatever's happening here? Because, you know, that's what the hint is the hint. Do you see any relationship? You gotta see it. You gotta see something. If you don't, I'll try my best to hint you, but I cannot tell you. You gotta figure it out yourself. So can you see something? If cannot, I will give you the hint. You tell me.
It's like 3 of the thing. And then there's 3 rows.
3 and 3. Okay. That's one thing. Cannot be a coincidence, right? Cannot be lah. You know. Anything else that you notice? Because the data, right? Because, you know, 3 and 3, great. There must be some sort of matching in the data. Some sort of. There must be. Okay, so far so good. Here you go. What kind of door will you do here, right? Oh my
But-
goodness, right? Okay,
Wait,
your
where
index is bad. No, your index is bad. Your index is bad. Your index is
Hey.
bad. Okay, I gotta fix a lot of your index. Gotta fix a lot. Listen to me. 2 power y times 2, right? That's what you're dealing with on the right-hand side, correct? Now, you claim that this is 4 power y.
Yeah.
If you think you're correct, if you do not know why you're wrong, you will do this in exam 1, I guarantee you. I've seen a lot of people do this. Okay, so if you do not know why it is wrong, if it's just me telling you, not going to work for you in exam, you will repeat the same mistake. First thing first, please make sure using your calculator that this is indeed wrong. Do you know how to do so?
Sort of, yeah.
Okay, then use your calculator to show to yourself that it is wrong. Comment. Or you can immediately figure out what is right if you know what you're wrong, right? Okay, Keston, any other data that, you know, that seems to have a relationship?
The
Yeah.
time.
The time. Which one are you talking about, Keston? Tell me.
Like the time is doubled.
Which time is that? Sorry, which time are you talking about?
Like the time spent in 2 kilometers. It's the same as the
You're talking about the last column. You're talking about the last column, is it?
yeah.
Okay, you're talking about the last column, and then the time is double. Sorry, what do you mean by that?
I mean not double.
It's not double. So what is it? Is there a relationship that you are interested in? Maybe
Just the same.
just the what? Sorry.
Same.
They're the same. Okay. You're very stingy with what you are. You gotta give me some. You gotta set up your video later, okay? You gotta set up your video and I'm gonna do this on paper, okay? Okay, very difficult to follow your thinking. Okay, so if you see that they're the same, they really cannot be a coincidence anymore, right? Understand?
Yeah.
Cannot be. Is that enough for you to gain the 1 mark? You think maybe?
No.
Then tell me what you're thinking. I cannot give you the answers. I can't. This is the training. The training is to help you think through something new. But I give you the answer, it doesn't matter. Tell me what you're thinking. Don't just tell me that you're stuck.
Can you explain that? Because there's no more cladding, so there won't be yeah. Then it'll just reflect on it.
There is no more cladding. Okay, tell me why you say that. Sorry, why do you say there's no more cladding?
Like, the thing is only 2 kilometers.
Oh, you mean at the entrance there's no cladding. After the exit, there's also no more cladding, correct?
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. However, I will counter argue saying that The 10.0, 10.3, 10.8 is the time spent in the cable, which of course involves cladding. I'm not sure whether that makes sense to you. That's my counter argument.
Uh, I don't remember how to do indices.
True. And your log will suffer greatly because of that. True.
Yeah. I actually
Now,
don't remember doing indices, but yeah.
true. Now, the good news is in this is easier, but a even better news is that I teach you strategy. In the end, no matter whether you understand or not, the strategy always works one. Remember, and in this have three steps. I only tell you one. One is the base the same. In this also have bases, right?
Mhm.
So make the base the same is usually something you should try. Remember that first. Okay. If you remember nothing else about Indus, remember me telling you Indus also have strategies. Strategies are reliable. Make the base the same if you think the base is not the same, and that should lead to what? Lead to, one Indus on the left, one Indus on the right, which is exactly what happened before this. Do you understand? That's the
Yeah.
flow of thought you should chase. And then once you understand this, only then you can say, hey, but I don't know how to do that. That's fine. That's fair. Maybe you really don't know, but the flow should be clear to you. Now you understand the flow. Can you actually do something about it?
Uh,
Okay. Keston, if you're really stuck, put another question first. Don't get stuck too long in this tuition. We are dealing with super difficult question. So maybe you should just move to the next one first while I explain area. Both of you are facing your own challenges. So there will be some will do. Okay, Keston, choose something else. Anyway, we need another question after this, right? So please do so. Okay. Now, Ariel, watch my InDesign. The strategy is based the same. When we decide a strategy, you must decide what base to use. So Ariel, tell me, what base should we aim for?
2.
All right. So on the left-hand side, we aim for base 2. Now, observe the transformation. You're going for 2 power, correct? So,
Yeah.
well, I mean, you can start from doing this. I would prefer doing that. Now, is this okay first?
I don't know.
Okay. Now, if you don't know, let me tell you something. I won't force you to memorize. However, I will force you the alternative. Keep trying using your calculator. Now, what do I mean is this? What do I mean by calculator is this? You are not sure which one you're supposed to do in exam. It does not matter as long as you try using your calculator. Give me a random number.
5.
Let's say y is 5, which is of course not, but we need something for your calculator. So this is 4 to the power of 5 to the power of half. You check for
Yeah.
yourself, is it the same as half y? Correct or not? Same?
Yeah.
Okay, then you don't have to memorize, you understand? You can just keep trying until you find something correct. You understand me?
Yep.
After a while, you will finally remember yourself. But don't start with remembering. You're not good at it. And nor do you need to remember too many things. Kind of interferes with thinking. You understand what I'm saying? Test using a calculator. Don't wait for me. There will be a great set. Don't do that. Now, 2 power, right? 2 power 2, half 1, correct? No surprises there. Correct? This one, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, then I want you to do the last step using your calculator. Try something until you find the right thing. Moments. Oh, surprisingly, you do a moment question. Show it to me. Okay, the picture is not appearing, Keston. Now, Keston, I do have a question for you just now. Do you still have the phone holder? You know, the one that I can see your video and everything.
Yeah.
All right. I want you starting next week to just use that. Just easier, it's just faster. I can follow you better. You can write that. Make sense?
Yeah.
Now, is there a problem using it? If there's a problem, please tell me. I can help you with it.
No.
All right. Then starting next week, yeah. Okay. Because right now we're spending a lot of time waiting for things. It's not a good tuition. Yeah. You don't feel nice. I don't feel good. Right? Ariel, just to confirm, are you stuck or are you okay?
I'm figuring it out. Yeah.
Good. Using your finger and your calculator, I hope, yeah. You keep trying things. Now, if you don't understand what trying means, you can tell me.
No,
Yeah.
I know.
I'm assuming that you know. Okay, good. Okay. Okay, Castan is very long. Maybe the Jamboard got problem. Okay, let's go back to the previous question first. Right? Okay. So, Castan, again, I hope you see the 10.0, 10.3, and 10.8. Let me just confirm that you do see that. Yeah? Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you also read that this is a single pulse?
Like, what
Okay.
do you
Do
do?
you see that? That's a single pulse entering the optical fiber. And then they show you the exit, the leaving the fiber, 3 pulses. One pulse become 3 pulse. This seems to be what they are telling us. That's my reading. What do you think?
Alright.
Okay. I initially find that confusing because obviously it's not in the syllabus, it's totally new. But then if I think about it, I think I can roughly explain why. I think that is what they're trying to ask you to do. A single pulse become 3 pulse. Hey, how did that happen? Something like that? I hope that makes some sense. Do you think you can try to do something here? I'll put it another way. If you already know that a single pulse become 3, even if you cannot explain, explaining is 1 mark. Below explanation, there are 2 marks. I would argue that 2 marks is easier than the 1 mark of explaining. Don't you think? What do you think? Is that true or not?
I guess.
That might be the easier one to deal with, to do. Yeah. Maybe. Would you try that? Maybe get the 2 marks? Oh, okay, Ariel. It is a little bit too long. Oh,
Yeah.
you got it.
Yeah.
Now, tell me, I'm very happy that you get it. You know this works. How come it takes a bit too long for you? Okay, tell me what happened just.
I think because I haven't done in this lesson really long, so at first I was like, wait, there's definitely something that I'm doing wrong. Then I realized that what I thought
Mhm.
was like the right thing. Yeah.
But you did confirm using calculator, right? You did confirm using calculator, right? That two, this thing is correct, right? You did confirm, right? Yes, sir.
Sort of like after a while I just like remembered like, oh yeah, I did this like last time.
And I really want you to do a calculator.
Oh,
I
I
want you
already
to
did.
press
I
the
did that.
calculator.
I already did
Oh,
that.
yeah, okay. Yeah, is this equal to 2 power 5, basically, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. Okay. If you did that and you're correct now, you know that you're correct. Okay.
Yeah.
Now the question remains whether this is useful or not. But we must tell ourselves, hey, I'm following a strategy here. What's the strategy?
Same base.
Right, base the same. So on the left, power 2, base 2, right? Okay, that's the left hand side. And conveniently, that's only one thing, which is usually a good thing, right? Okay. On the right, you do have base 2, but that's more than one thing. You may want to reduce them into one, right? You may want to.
Wait.
And you need to be able to do that by yourself,
Wait.
right? You need to.
Mr. Phillips, it's not 4 to the power of y. I just realized it's like 4y.
Oh, wow. It is 4y, isn't it? That's bad.
Yeah. Then
It is bad.
oops.
It
Yeah, I
is
was like
4y.
wondering why it
Okay.
looks so wrong, and I was like, oops.
Oh,
Yeah.
my mistake then. Okay, so let me read. You're right. And
Yeah.
at the bottom is also only y. I think you did not so nicely. I think you did a bit bad. Right, so you look at the previous page, there's a mistake here. This is just y.
Wait, what?
Kind of sabo yourself.
Oops. Yeah. I need to find my Apple Pencil. Yeah. Oops.
You do. So a bit of a waste of time. However, I think we're still learning something. Okay, I think I need you to correct it. If I'm correcting it, then I don't know whether you understand. You correct it.
I don't know why I made a mistake.
Okay. Hey,
yeah.
Keston, I like
Yeah.
your explanation. Yeah, go and correct it. Right. Keston, I like your explanation. Not sure how you come up with it, but I'm glad that you came up with it. Okay. Okay. That's one mark. That's one. Hey, wait, different wavelengths. Wait.
Why did I do that? That's so stupid.
Okay, on second thought, I don't really like it, but for now, I'm okay. I'm still chasing for the 2 marks, Keston. Keston, can you get the 2 marks? You think? The C2, C dot, CII. That's 2 marks, so it's more important. I don't think you need C1 to do C2, is what I'm trying to say here.
It's just from the table, right?
I will do that lah. Yeah. So if you follow the table, what will happen, right? Please show.
The brightness the same.
You don't know, but therefore you better read the question. If there is a clue, that's better one. Is the brightness the same on top?
Yeah, no, as in like
Then
more or less than the one on top.
that's a very good question. However, although you are right to say that you should worry about that, you can think about it. Should it be the same or not? But perhaps it's okay not to compare. You know what? Because the brightness axis don't have any unit. So that's their way of saying, okay, I probably wouldn't care, something like that. If the brightness axis have unit, then that's a very clear sign that they say they will care. Now, having said that, what's your logic? Do you think it will be the same or not? Do you think it will be as high, higher, or less high? I don't know. What do you
Higher.
I think so. I think so. Okay, Ariel, I still need to remind you the strategy might work, or in this case, door might work. I don't know which one works better, right?
Mm.
Either use
Oh.
base the same or use door lah, right?
Mm. Yeah.
Any idea?
No.
Esther, are you still not able to draw? You sure about this? You're still not able to draw something? Because yes, you can. Yes. Okay, so in this case, I'll focus your attention on this area. I'm guessing that you don't like this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you don't like that guy, do something, door, so that that guy disappear. You can do that, right? That's the magic of door. What kind of door will you do?
What does that stand for again? I don't remember.
Oh, okay. Whatever you do to the left, you do to the right. Repeat after me. What's
Oh,
the door?
okay. So I
Okay.
wait.
So what do you
Yeah.
do? If you don't like it, you are free to get rid of it, right?
I don't.
So please.
I don't know. I like square root the right.
No, not square root.
Right.
No. Square the left.
Oh,
Square the
okay.
left.
That makes sense.
Why would you do something to the right? I mean, think
I
about the
don't know.
left, right? Square the right, and then you kind of get rid of what you don't like, which is
Okay.
gray, right? Makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay, do so. Okay. If it makes sense, hopefully it'll stick. I totally agree with yours, Keston. The height seems fine and the position seems fine, and I think that is definitely too much. Okay, all this trouble because you're in SST, but it's what it is. Okay, that's what it is. If you think that there's a lot of trouble and thinking for 3 marks, you are right. It is a lot of trouble and thinking for 3 marks. That is what they are testing in. Unfortunately, there is no shortcut. You got to go through the thinking process. Okay, you got it.
For part I, do you need to talk about like wavelength?
You mean the part one? I kind of feel that maybe you are doing the same mistake, like you're saying too much things. I feel that that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to kind of bring in something new, but you're not certain that is correct. Now, if I'm wrong, if you do know what you're trying to say, then I'm wrong, and you gotta correct me, right? Is this really what you want to say, or you're just trying to bring in stuff here?
Like, why they have different angle of reflection?
Maybe something like this. Maybe how about I offer a simpler, because it's 1 mark, right? Because 1 mark, we don't take too much risk. 1 mark, 3 marks, okay lah, we take risks, The question already tell us that a single pulse entered, 3 pulses leaving, right? He already said that. Okay, so we can say something like this, the single pulse split into 3 because they take different paths. Maybe something like that.
Can you say that again?
Okay, the single pulse of light is probably not a thin ray. The single pulse of light probably is like kind of like a thick ray or something like that, a thick ray. And therefore, it has the potential of splitting inside because it takes different paths inside the loop, right? For example, the pulse is, maybe the mistake is to imagine the pulse as something very thin, and therefore it can only be ray 1, ray 2, and ray 3. If the pulse is just a little bit thicker, you can imagine that this thick pulse can go in the glass fiber, and each photon will take a slightly different path, causing it to naturally split. Something like that, if that makes some sense. Okay, so again, maybe the mistake is to imagine the pulse as like super thin ray, which is, I know that's not the case lah. Maybe I have an advantage. Maybe. Yes, maybe. Okay. Okay. Let's try to finish this question. Ariel, are you stuck right? Just check.
Yes.
Let me check. I'm just checking something. Yes. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna erase this. Okay. 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 Maybe okay. Let me do that. The door divided by 4. The door divided by 1. Next time, if I write DD, I mean door, okay? Now, can I do that? DD divided by 4, DD divided by 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now if I can do that, if it's useful, what's left on the left, right? On the left, I am left with, okay, and then do again, divide by Y.
Wait, what? This is so weird. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that is a valid technique. Therefore, the answer might be valid. Y equals 1, and then you get the X. You can get the
Okay.
X. Okay. Yeah, I'm reading your answer, Kirsten. Okay, Kirsten, because I don't see any multi-mode. This is the first time I see multi-mode in the question. I'm very confused. You seem to know something more than me. I'm still very confused with the word multi. So I'm not sure about part 4. But what I'm sure is part 3 I can answer. Part 3 seems to be quite reasonable, not very difficult. I want you to be able to at least finish part 3. Again, I guess because it's 2 marks. Okay. And this is dealing with the essence of a new question. Ariel, okay, you got an X, right? Okay. So Ariel, whether you're right or wrong, you can check the answer key, or let me just confirm that you have the answer key or not.
I have the answer key. I have the answer key.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
check
no.
first, you check.
Wait.
Good.
3B. Oh my gosh, I'm correct.
Okay, good. Congratulations.
Right?
Right.
Yeah, I'm correct. Oh my gosh, yes.
Congratulations. Right. Okay. Now, we only deal with 2 questions, but the 2 questions are of exam level. So there's some value in this, right? We spot a lot of in this problem, and we kind of introduce to you how to solve those problems. Now, I'll say one thing. I'll say the problems that you encounter are standard problems. What do I mean by standard? I don't mean it's easy. I mean it will always happen one. If you deal with them, it will no longer cause you problem. If you don't know how to deal with them, it will always cause you problem. It's standard in that sense. So the things I told you today are truly the things that you should do in exam. So I always teach you what is valid in exam. If I tell you, you should confirm vision calculator, I don't mean because you don't know anything right now. No. I mean because in exam, you should do that.
Okay.
Or rather, I tell you, hey, you should always aim for 1 logarithm on the left and 1 logarithm on the right. It's not because today the question is easy. No, no, no. It's because in exam, you should do that and it will give you good stuff.
Mm.
Something like that. Or you should always aim to compress the logarithm into one. Or it's because in exam, you should do that. Okay. Or you seem to don't know how to use Doldor. Well, you should use Doldor in exam. Please do.
Oh no, no, I know,
something.
I know like the concept. I just didn't know that like that was what it stood for. Yeah, yeah.
Well, after a while, you may see improvement. But today, I do see a lot of problem being solved, which I guess is good lah.
Yeah.
I mean, don't let the 2 mark makes you unhappy lah. Look at the amount of problem that you're solving, so to speak lah. Right? Is there any other holiday homework? Just checking. Is there any other holiday homework? Ariel? Can you hear me, Ariel?
Oh no, I don't have any other homework.
Okay. Would you agree to increase the tuition a bit more in holiday so that we can catch up and even, go a bit further?
Oh,
Would that be okay?
yeah, sure.
We'll talk about it through WhatsApp.
Okay.
All right. I'll see you next week and let's talk about the schedule.
See you.
Good job, Ariel. Bye. Okay, Caston, it is you and me. Oh, you like a lot of zeros, Caston. Okay. I'm gonna stop here right now. I personally hate a lot of zeros. Can I confirm that you do not mind a lot of zeros? Because there's another way of doing it that doesn't involve a lot of zeros.
Doesn't matter.
I'm sorry, I cannot hear you. You're saying?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't okay, sure. So for now, I really wish you have a pen and paper. Next week, pen and paper. Keston, are you stuck? Let me check. Are you stuck? Again, I cannot hear you. The mic is bad. Are you stuck?
Yes.
Oh. Let me ask you a simple question. I shine the first pulse. There, wham, boom. Okay. Now, how long until I can shine the second pulse? How long?
1
Let me
microsecond.
just clarify. 0.1 microsecond, right? And that means you do not read the question at all, or you don't understand the question. The question tells you that that will be a big problem. Read again. If that's what you think, I don't think you read the question. In fact, the question at least actually tells you already. The question actually tells you. Oh my goodness.
Oh, cannot overlap.
True, cannot overlap. He even conclude for you that a second pulse of 0.1 microsecond must enter the fiber at least
0.9.
now. Whether you understand that or not, the fact is that they do tell you. So even if you don't understand, you better take that into consideration. But it's better if you understand. Do you know why he says 0.9?
Because they last 0.9 inside the thing.
Or rather when it exits. Not inside, no. Inside the thing, it lasts 10 seconds something. The problem, no. Come on. It enters at 0.1, it exits at 0.9. The 0.1 that it enters widens to become 0.9, practically speaking, if that makes some sense. It widens. If you stack the second one, the entrance, immediately after the first one, what will happen at the exit? The exit will look like that. If that makes sense, the exit will look like that.
Yeah.
Because 0.1 and then the next another 0.1 micro, it starts, but obviously because the pulse widens, so to speak, it will overlap, and overlapping is not good. It kind of blurs what you're trying to say, something. It's like I speak and then you speak before I finish, or something like that. That's overlaps are not. I'm trying to explain the question. If this makes some sense. Now, knowing all this by reading the question, can you now do it? Okay, looks good, Keston. Okay, let's start from there. That's good. Looks good, Keston. Looks good. Okay, sounds like good math. Sounds like good math, and then you get the answer. Okay, the math seems fine. Okay, Keston. Now, you do notice that usually you are the fast type, right? You ask a question, you answer it. You ask me a question, you answer it. You can go through, 8 to 10 questions or easily more than that for every question, right? That's what you do. You're good at it. Okay, your basics are strong. Today, you barely go through, you barely went through 4, and the last one gives you a lot of headache, right? Before you log out, tell me, how do you feel? Which, it's very slow today. How do you feel?
Okay.
If you feel okay, then you're right. Then I'm very happy because this is the practice you need for SST. SST have no mercy. This is unfortunate for you or fortunate. I don't know which one. You decide. It is almost overkill for O level. O level will have this kind of question, but only 2 out of 10. That's my promise to you. 2 out of 10. SST will try to increase that number to 5 or 6 out of 10. So total overkill if you follow SST standard for O level. Now, is that a good news or a bad news for you? What do you think?
Mm,
What do you mean by okay? Tell me what you mean. So, what do you mean?
yeah.
You're okay with it. You're okay with the SST standard. We just check that.
Yeah.
Then good for you. Then good for you. If you're okay, then you can go through the suffering a bit better. Gonna be a lot more suffering before you finally get used to it. I can tell that you're very uncomfortable with this kind of question. And I'll tell you that everybody is uncomfortable. The only difference is that you start training for it long before O level. Okay lah, still have some time. You're facing the hardest challenge directly starting from now. That's the good news. You will find that O level will pose you not a lot of challenge. if you can go through the SST step. And you're doing it reasonably early. Okay. Those are the good news I want to show you. So you persevere, the suffering will last for quite a long one. Until one day, you simply get used to it. Okay, whether chemistry or physics, turns out the trouble is about the same. Okay, right? Now, happy to help you as long as you don't give up. And please, starting next week, use the video, okay? All right?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
All right. I won't give you homework. Just do your own homework, right? You can do a lot of practice from your SST stuff. Oh, wait. One more thing. Sorry. This week is the last week you're going for school, right? Then it will be a 1 month holiday, correct?
Yeah.
Can you take picture of at least 2 more papers? 2 more SST paper for chem and physics. Would that be too much for you?
Okay.
Right. Just 2 more so that we don't run out. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's it. All right. I'll see you next week. Bye.